said to you, okay, you guys are all directors of a, let's say you were a director of a football club, okay? You're just director of a football club, and you've got 100 CVs that come into your desk for a new job. 100 CVs, you read them, and you narrow it down to the last 5 or 6, and you think, who should I take on board? I've got 5 or 6 CVs, and you get 2, and you think, these look pretty interesting here. One CV says, played for the most successful club in the UK 400 times. Won the European Player of the Year twice. An international footballer at the very highest level, 60, 70 caps. Captain his club, captain his country, looked at as a player and performer as an absolute marvel. Okay, went on to management and was successful with a team, transformed the team after many years and made them successful, and had success on various levels. You look at a CV, would you be impressed? Would you be impressed with what you see?
Yeah,
you think, yeah, of course. Yeah.
Sorry? I don't want to rate them if we're being tennis.
Well, there you go. There you go. But you'd be impressed with what, where they are. You think, okay, generally they meet the criteria. They've got, capabilities. There's a lot of things that they do, boxes they do. Then on the other hand, you get another CV, and you're looking at it thinking, this guy here, he's never played football at the highest level. Well, he has played, but never played at the highest level. He's done a degree in psychology or sports science or a bit above. You think, well, he must be relatively educated if he's done that. And then you look further and think, well, actually, after he finished his degree, he went on to be a translator. You think, well, translator, how does that relate to being a...
talking about?
Yeah. and then you investigate even further and you think, well...
He had a good teacher though. He was translating for a good teacher.
Which helped, a good role model.
Absolutely.
A good role model. Until eventually, you decide, I'll give him the job. Or you contemplate giving him the job. But in the face of all that, before Mike gave it away, who would you take? You're a director, who would you take?
What's the position?
Football manager.
Football manager?
Yeah. So who would you take? The first one, with all that pedigree behind him, or the second one who goes on and becomes a translator?
I don't know anybody really.
Maybe the first one. If you took the first one, you'd have taken Kevin Keegan. Okay? Do you remember, I don't know if you recall...
I love it.
I love it. Yeah, okay. Do you remember there was a game against Germany in the World Cup qualifier where England got beat. It was the last game at Wembley and they got beat by Germany 1-0. In the interview afterwards, what did Keegan say? You may recall, he said, I'm just not good enough.
Yeah.
Belief. I'm just not good enough for this level. Identity.
Yeah.
I'm just not good enough. And walked away. And they said, well, we may as well write off this campaign because we're not going to qualify. They brought in a new manager, another new manager, and they eventually got there and did okay. Now, the other guy is Mr. Mourinho. What did Mourinho say at his press conference at Chelsea?
I'm special.
I'm the special one. Is that a belief?
Of course it is.
Is that an identity? Of course it is. How do you think your team is going to feel if you walk around in an environment, in your head, if you believe and have an identity as being, will that have a knock-on effect with the people around you? If you genuinely believe you are the special one, will there be a subconscious sort of behavioural process where people think, well, actually, this guy believes. He believes in me. He believes in the team. And the other guy thinks, well, actually, I don't think I'm good enough. Regardless of how good he is, what he's achieved, or where he's been, how do you think the team's going to feel? How would you feel if you went to work on Monday morning and you had a new boss that was that came along who you felt didn't believe in you or your staff? How would that make you feel? Yeah. Or if you had someone who actually believed in you and believed in themselves, how would you feel, regardless of what they'd achieved? And the significance of the actual exercise at this point here is to demonstrate just how powerful these levels can be. Because you can be the very best at what you do, capability, you can have all these resources where they need to be. If you don't believe and your identity doesn't line up with all that, then you're limiting. where they need to be. If you don't believe and your identity doesn't line up with all that, then you're limiting.